So if you're looking for a Thrive Quiz Builder tutorial, then you're watching the right video because I'm going to show you step by step from start to finish on how to create a quiz using the percentage quiz type to segment your audience. I'll first walk you through an example of what we're going to create, and then we'll build everything from scratch. And you definitely want to watch the video all the way to the end because I'm going to give you another Thrive Quiz Builder tutorial on how to segment your audience using the category type quiz. Now the best way to get the most out of this video is to actually practice along while watching this tutorial. So you may want to open up your Thrive Quiz Builder and follow along. And in case you haven't purchased the builder yet, you can use the link here or click on the links in the description. These are my affiliate links, and if you use my links to make a purchase, I'll be more than happy to work with you one-on-one to guide you through using the Thrive Team's products for your business. Once you have made the purchase, you can send me an email to this address. So there are lots to cover here. I hope you have opened up your Thrive Quiz Builder. Let's get to it. So now I'm going to show you how to use the percentage quiz type to segment your audience. And the best way to use the percentage type is to test your audience's knowledge. It is the same with the right and wrong type, and you can do it with the number type as well. So let me show you an example. Let's say that you're a marriage counselor and you want to know how much the husband knows the wife. So your target is those who score below 50% or less will be sent to the marriage bootcamp, and those who scored 50% or more will get the enhancer course. And these are the questions. So let's start quiz. So when she complains to you, what should you do? Number one, give her a solution, which is not a good answer, so I'll give this answer a 0. Secondly, give her your opinion. This is not a good answer as well, so it's 0. And number 3 is agree with her. It's a fine answer, but it's not a good answer in my opinion, so I'll give this a 1. And finally, just keep quiet and listen, which I think is the best answer. This is based on my experience. I'm not a relationship expert, so please don't pin me on this. So I'll give this 2 points. And let's say that I've selected this answer. The next answer is, after a quarrel, even if it's not your fault, what should you do? Number 1, wait for her to apologize to you, which is not a good answer. I'll put this at 0. Number 2, apologize to her, but tell her it's her fault too. Not exactly a very good answer. I'll give this a 1. And number 3, be the bigger person and claim that it is your fault. I think this is the best answer, so I'll give it a 2 points. Now the thing is that at the end of this quiz, you'll be providing your audience a score, which is based on the total points that you have collected, and that will be converted into a percentage. So in this case, if I got 2 points here and 2 points here, I'll get 100%. So let me just select this as well. And the last question is, if for example she got retrenched or fired from her job, what should you do? The worst answer is to tell her to find a new job immediately. A better answer is to tell her that it is going to be fine. And the best answer in my opinion is to tell her that it is going to be fine, and you encourage her to do something that she loves. So it's 0, 1, and 2. Now for some reason, if I answered this question which gets me a 0 point, what happens is I'll get a 67%, because out of the 3 questions, I've answered 2 of them with full marks. And if I answer this question that gives me 1 point, I'll be having 83%. So how it works is that they will calculate the total points that you have scored divided by the maximum points you can get. So in this case, it's 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. So the total points you can get from this quiz is 6. So if you have gotten 2 points here, 2 points here, and 1 point here, so it's 5 divided by 6 multiplied by 100%, it is 83%. So this is how they calculate the percentage. Now let me show you how to create the results page with segmentation. So let's head back to the Thrive Quiz Builder. We have done the splash page, the questions. Now let's manage the results page. Our goal here for this entire quiz is to lead your audience who scored lesser than 50% to a page like this to sign up for your free marriage bootcamp, which will eventually lead them to purchasing your products or services. And for your audiences who scored more than 50% or more will be shown a page like this where they can take a free marriage booster course. Now let me show you how you can create these pages step by step. So the first thing we do is to click on Manage Results page. And over at this default results page, you want to click on this button here to edit the design of this page. So now the thing here is you don't exactly need to create 2 separate pages to segment your audience. Everything can be done on this page itself. And how we do it is to include an element called dynamic content. So if you hover over to the plus sign here to add element, scroll all the way down to the bottom where there's this Thrive Quiz Builder, you will see a dynamic content here. You want to click and drag it over to the page. So over here it says that you can have a maximum of 25 intervals, because based on their math, through all the questions and points that you have given, they have calculated that you can have a maximum of 25. But over here we don't need so many intervals, we only need 2. Because remember, our objective is to send people with lower than 50 score to a page, and people with a score of more than 50 will see another page. So we only need 2 intervals for this case. So we have put a 2 over here and create new dynamic content intervals. Now let me explain a little bit about the layout of the page. So if you hover over to either of the elements, you'll see that the boxes are outlined, and over at the top left corner you'll see there is either a text or Thrive Quiz Builder page, or in this case dynamic content. So for a web page to work, it will always be layers after layers of content. So for example, in this case, if I click on one of these elements, just look over to the top left here, you'll see that the text is above the layer of content box, and the content box is above the layer of Thrive Quiz Builder page. And if I click on this dynamic content here, you'll see that the dynamic content is the base layer by itself. So I don't want this to be the base layer, I want Thrive Quiz Builder page to be the base layer. So what I will do is to click on this dynamic content, I'll click and drag it below the social share buttons which are within the Thrive Quiz Builder page. Now if I click on dynamic content again, it is within the Thrive Quiz Builder page, and that's what we want. So now what happens here is that whatever that is within this dynamic content will change as you switch over to the other interval, and whatever that is out of the dynamic content will remain the same. So now since we are at the 0 to 49% interval, we're not gonna congratulate that person, we're gonna put a oh no. But the thing is, if I put a oh no over here, this text will not change if I click on the other interval. So what I will do instead is to click on this move button, click and drag it within the dynamic content, and if I don't want this text here, I can just click on delete and it'll be gone. Now if I want to style this text, I just need to click on the text. I can change the color to black, apply. I can even change the size of the text. Now if I want to add a text below, I will just need to add an element. Over here, text, I'll drag it over to below the text, and then I'll put in you scored, change the text size. And now for Thrive Quiz Builder to display the results of the quiz, you need a code like this. So what I will do is to click and drag it to below the text, but I don't want the background to be blue color, so I will just click on this highlight, put the opacity to 0, apply, and the text here, I want to change it to black. And then let's put in another text. Now whatever that is at the top, I don't want them, so I'll just remove them. Now next I want to put a separator here, so what I would do is to click on the add element, I'll click on content box and drag it over below the text. Now for the background of this content box, make sure the content box is selected. I'm going to click on background style, click on solid color. You see that as I click on the solid color, this will change as well. I'll put in opacity of 100. Opacity basically means the transparency of the background, and I'll put in a color that I want. You can play around with this if you want, but I have a specific color I want, so I'll put in the color code and apply. Now let's put in a header here. Click on add element, drag a text to within the content box. Now over here, if you want to change this text to a header, all you need to do is to head over to the top, click on this, and you can change it to a heading. So I'll put in the text here. I want to change the color of this text. So under main option, I want to change the color to black, apply, and we're done. So let's put in another text. So you see, it's very easy for you to style a page like this, because all the elements over here you can just drag and drop over, you can play around with it, and over on the left you can edit the element once you click on it. It is that straightforward. It's a bit of a learning curve, but once you get a hang of it, you know how easy it is to style a page. So I'll change text here, change the font size. I want to bold this sentence, Now next, over on the left, we want to collect email addresses so we can segment the email address to different email marketing lists. And on the left, we want to add an image. So how we're going to do this is to add element again, and over at the top we have these columns here. Click and drag it below the text. And you can select either one of these columns depending on what you want, but I'll select half and half. And then let's add a form here. Click on add element. Right down over at the lead generation, I will click and drag it over. Then other templates will show. I will select this template, but you can play around. You can use either one of these templates depending on what data you want to collect. So I'll choose this. Now I don't want this background, so I'll click on this, and over on the left under background style, select this color. I want to put the opacity to 0 and apply. I want to change the color of this font to black. So under main options, edit form elements, click on full name and change the color to black. Apply. Done. Now in just a while, I'll show you how to create an email marketing list and connect this form to the list so that we can collect information there, and we can set up autoresponders to send automated emails to the subscribers. Now I want to add an image here, so let's add element. At the top we have this image here, click and drag it over. I'll select this image, insert into post, and as you can see, the image is not aligned to the center. So what we can do is over at the layout and position, we want to align the image to the center, and we'll see it aligned here. So we're basically done with this. Most important thing we need to do is to save work. And the next step is we want to click on next interval. Now we'll start with this blank page, but we can actually import the design that we have created in the previous interval. So all we need to do is to click on import here, and we'll select the interval 0 to 49, which is the interval we have designed, and import. And we can start designing here on out. So over here, instead of a oh no, we want to say awesome. It scored this result. We will not change this, and this we need to change. Okay, now we're going to change color of this background. So click on the content box, under background style, select the solid color, and you can change the color to whatever you want. And let's apply it. We want to change this text as well. We need to change this image as well. And we are basically done. Let's save work. Now let's create the 2 email marketing lists and connect these forms to them. So the email marketing service provider that I'm using is Aweber, because it's one of the few services that allow affiliate marketing, and is one of the easiest to use for beginners in my opinion. So if you want to get started with Aweber, you can create a free account with them. You can use the link below, or the link is in the description as well. And once you click on the link, you'll see a page like this. So I'm not going to sign up because I already have an account, so I will sign in. So once you have created an account, you should see a page like this. So to create a list, you need to click on list here and click on this button over here. Now you'll put your company name. If you don't have a company, you can put your name and then your website, and then you need an address because it's required, and then you put in your sender name, which is you. And whenever you're sending an email through this list, your recipient will see this name over here. So if you're using a business name, you may want to put your business name here. And this is your email address. It's best to have an email with your domain name. And if you don't know how to create a domain email and manage it on Gmail for free, you can check out the video coming up on the top right. I've dropped the link in the description as well. So we click on next step. So this is the list name. Remember, we want to create 2 lists. So the first is Marriage Bootcamp. Add a description. And then click on next step. Now this is a confirmation email that you'll automatically send whenever somebody filled up the form and become a subscriber of yours. So if you want to customize it, you can do it here. We'll not go too deep into this, so we'll just leave it as it is, and we'll approve message and create list. And our list is created. Now let's quickly create a second list. Click on list again, create list. For this list is the marriage booster list. and our second list is created. It's quite a simple process, right? Now the next step is for your list to collect information such as the email address and the name. You need to create a sign up form for each of the lists. So let's click on sign up forms, and over here we'll create a sign up form. Now let's scroll to the bottom. So we're gonna collect the name and the email address. You don't need to worry too much about the design here because the design is taken care of by your website. So we just need to have the right fields for your list. So let's go to step 2. Now over here you want to give your form a name. Now for the thank you page, it's the page after somebody put in their email address and become a subscriber, you'll be sending them to a separate page, and that's called the thank you page. So in this example, we have promised our subscriber that we will be sending them a free course. So you can create a separate page on your website to allow your subscriber to gain access to the course. So you can point them to the course page after they've subscribed, but I won't be going into that. I'll just be using the basic version. So that's basically it. Let's save our form. And we're done for this list. Let's select the marriage bootcamp list. So as I selected the other list, you'll see that there is no sign up form created, so you want to create a sign up form again and go through the same process. So I'll quickly go through the motion. And we're done. Now the next step is to connect your Thrive themes to Aweber so that Aweber can collect information from your website. To integrate the list with your website, you need to go to Thrive dashboard, click on it, then scroll down under API connections. You want to click on manage connections and then click on add new connection, select an app, and under email marketing I'll select Aweber and then click on connect. And then you need to log into your Aweber account through here. Click on allow access and then we are done. So now that we have connected our Thrive themes to Aweber, the next step is to connect the form to Aweber. So to do that, let's click on the form and over on the left, let's add connection, choose connection Aweber. Then you want to select the correct list and hit apply. And we're done for this interval. Let's save work and head over to the next interval. So the same thing, let's click on the form, add connection, choose Aweber and select the correct list and apply, and we're basically done. Let's save work and let's test out the entire quiz. So let's start quiz. So let's say I want to get the full points. I will select this, just keep quiet and listen, and then be the bigger person and claim that it is your fault. And then for this is tell her that it's going to be fine and encourage her to pursue something that she loves. And we'll get 100% here. So now over at the form, we will just put in our name and an email address and create account. So now let's go to Aweber to see if my email address has been captured in the list. So this is the marriage booster list, and here we are on Aweber. We want to select the correct list and click on subscribers. You'll see that we've successfully collected data for the list. So that's how we create a quiz to segment our audience using the percentage quiz type. I hope that this tutorial is helpful to you, and if you did find value, can do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment down below letting me know that I've done a good job. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them as well. Also, if you like this kind of tutorial, then you may want to subscribe to the channel because this channel is all about helping you build an online business using different marketing tools. Now you may also want to know how to build a segmented quiz using the category type and the number type. I have those tutorials for you as well. You can check them out on the right. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. I look forward to seeing you on either of those videos.